Yes, we'll be back from the break. It's exactly just a few minutes as we're still driving your business through all the way. And definitely heading into the last hour of the show, and we're discussing global events and to what extent have they actually impacted. That is the global. The global events, how they have impacted Uganda's economy. Rather, yes, and we have something we've seen artificial intelligence.
Yes,
AI it's a great discussion everywhere.
2023, I think it really made sure that people get to know, like people are now used to, the AIs and what, ChatGPT. Exactly. So people are actually, to me, at a certain point, I feel like we're becoming lazy.
No, I think it's more like how it's upon us to use AI for productivity. Because let me tell you something. Even though you think, okay, if they brought you're a journalist, I'm trying to assume you're using AI to put up your script together. If you don't have the concept of journalism, AI itself is not perfect. And I don't care how much they develop it, because they've been developing it for years. It's not the first time. It will never have a human emotion. Because it still needs you to have a natural art of something for you to bring it out perfectly. That even though I give you AI to generate me a product, and you have no knowledge about generating that product, it won't really come out perfect. Because sometimes AI can give you something and you feel like there is something lacking. Absolutely perfect. What does the report there reveal say about that?
Here we have, they're talking about the world is witnessing a digital revolution. So therefore, Uganda is not, immune. It's not immune to, to its transformative potential. So they're telling us some of the potential gains of a digital leap. So this is now using evidence and figures to eliminate the path ahead. So they're saying boosting productivity and efficiency. We've seen that, people are now using, the robots and all that during production.
Exactly.
Then we also see the increased, this has also, after the boosting and productivity efficiency, we've seen the increased GDP growth. When we have production, obviously output, increase in output, then obviously our GDP has to grow. So studies estimate that widespread automation could add 1 to 2 percentage points to Uganda's GDP growth per year.
1.2 percentage. Okay, that is okay. That's not enough.
Growth per year.
If it's consistent.
So, and AI, they want to make sure that by at least 2035, there is great improvement and development. So imagine 1.2 per year till 2035. I mean, it could be a good progress made. And then enhanced competitiveness, increased efficiency and lower production costs can make Ugandan businesses more competitive in the global market, potentially leading to increased exports and foreign investment. We had talked about the,
foreign direct investment.
Then we're also looking at unlocking new economic opportunities. Like AI helps us to unlock new economic opportunities. Now the digital economy offers a platform of new avenues for businesses and employments. So we have growth in sectors like fintech,
financial technology.
We are saying here that mobile money penetration in Uganda is already one of the highest in Africa. Therefore, this is creating opportunities for digital financial services, e-commerce and cashless transactions. Now, they're saying that this could lead to financial inclusion and it could also lead to job creation, obviously.
It could lead to job creation. But still, there are jobs that are going to be lost.
Yeah, true.
But there are jobs that are going to be created.
Going to be created. That's the beauty with it. Because obviously with anything, obviously you could expect a negative impact or a positive impact.
Okay.
Yeah, but for this case, when it comes to AI, I think to a larger extent, it positively impacts us.
It's positively impacting us.
Yes, but to a smaller extent. Because, at the end of the day, you've heard of... there's robots that are now in hotels out there, abroad. So, meaning those hotels now no longer need personnel like us, the waiters and waitresses, because now,
help them do the work
to help them do the work and all that. So, if at all it has been employing maybe 500 waiters and waitresses, the number will be, cut down.
Will be cut down.
So meaning it leaves some people jobless.
Okay.
But then now it also comes back to us, the people. Like you mentioned earlier on, that this AI does not have, the art and the human the emotions and all that. Yes.
Yeah.
So now we as human beings, we also need to up our game. Get a skill and be like, yo, I can do this thing better than
the machine.
Than the machine itself. So, and then how is your employer going to fire you when they know you're better at it, even given when the machine is there? So we also need to up our game.
Okay.
So here,
That's
continuing with the report, they're saying that we're also talking about e-commerce. It could also boost e-commerce.
E-commerce.
Yes.
Yeah. E-commerce. Yeah, because we have what we call algorithms when we talk about artificial intelligence, whereby in case somebody is onto your platform and they're purchasing probably monthly, it could be yearly, weekly, depending. It's very easy for the algorithms, the artificial intelligence, to detect this person's tests. That even when you upload something on your e-commerce platform, he is going to get a notification that, hey, this is something.
This is something,
and that is going to boost. And once people feel like, hey, how does this application know even what I like?
What I like.
That it's all because of artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
And people will actually, there is going to be increased penetration of e-commerce.
Because the report says that online retail is on the rise in Uganda, offering potential for local businesses to reach a wider market and generate new revenue streams. Now, this could contribute to economic diversification and also entrepreneurship. Yeah, people are able to, diversification, we mean by we're not concentrating on one economic activity only, we're also looking at others. Yeah, it could also boost, entrepreneurship. And then two, we have the challenges and navigating the digital divide.
Navigating the
digital divide. Yeah. So we have job displacement, like we had said, and skills mismatch.
Skills mismatch.
Mismatch.
Okay. Job displacement. Does the report reveal to us how many jobs that are likely to be created?
If we could go ahead here, they're saying automation might displace some jobs in traditional sectors, particularly routine and manual tasks. Manual tasks, yeah.
Okay.
Then the challenge lies in reskilling and upskilling the workforce to adapt to the demands of the digital economy. Okay. People don't know how to operate these machines and all that.
Yeah, that is key, and it's actually going to be quite a huge requirement. And so the earlier somebody gets acquainted with this artificial intelligence, the better.
So the report goes ahead to say digital infrastructure inequality. So access to reliable internet connectivity remains uneven across Uganda, particularly in rural areas.
Of course.
Bridging the digital divide is crucial for inclusive participation in the digital economy. So if at all we want to transform our economy into one that's, digital, we need to also look at the inclusion of those people in the rural areas. Yeah, we should look at them.
Something that is very interesting, how people in the rural areas are put out. A report still suggests that there is an increase of 97% of more smartphones penetration in Uganda. But now the big picture here is in Uganda we normally mention these figures. They are normally true. But the challenge comes in distribution, regionally, or they're mainly for a certain few people. And find that, and the reason why the figure comes up to 97%, one person now literally can own 4 smartphones.
Yeah, true.
And it's normal, and I've seen many people, and it's becoming like a culture. But now these figures are a little bit misleading when it comes to policy making. That's why I feel like at some point the policymakers, people that are doing these reforms, if we are talking about that e-commerce should really increase, we need to get on ground and see, because you can't talk about e-commerce and you don't talk about a smartphone. You need a smartphone.
True.
Reach on ground, and I believe the population census will actually be key in finding out such details, such that the policymakers effectively plan. In case we are saying we are pushing e-commerce.
So I think, if we do continue with our report here, it says it also talks about shaping a thriving digital future for Uganda in 2024. So that to harness the full potential of digital technologies and mitigate its challenges, Uganda can first of all invest in digital infrastructure. that is expanding reliable and affordable internet access that is across the country. It could also prioritize education and skills development. Yeah, we've always talked about this education and skills development. Yeah. Then support innovation and entrepreneurship. Then it would also implement supportive policies.
Supportive policies, very key.
Yeah.
Very key. That's a beautiful insight right there.
And actually, we were looking for figures. It says an estimated 1 million jobs could be displaced, that is by automation in Uganda by 2030, but 2.2 million new jobs could be created.
So let's take a look at the ratio of jobs lost vis-a-vis
the ones lost are 1 million.
1 million, and those created?
The ones created are 2.2.
2.2.
Exactly.
That hope there will be the necessary resources to actually pay these workers' salaries.
They would improvise.
It's expensive to employ somebody like that. Because I believe the people that are going to largely be into that sector are going to be programmers, developers, data scientists, data miners, because that's what artificial intelligence
is all about.
And these are people that demand for increased salary. If it was another country, I would accept. But I want to understand how realistic 2.3 million jobs, because this 1 million that is lost, probably they're earning below even the minimum wage, because in Uganda we don't have the minimum wage. But now we're employing people that are well versed with AI.
Yeah.
And actually that brings me to some discussion I was having with a colleague of mine, and I told him, you know what, Africa is still a virgin territory for digitization, because remember, we've experienced massive layoffs. Worldwide, globally. Tech companies have laid off people. You know, that is the fact. Now, following the report by IMF about Africa being a big deal in the next 25 years, there are increased chances that most of these employed tech experts in America that are idle will find their way in Africa. And some of these definitely, I know, may come as investors, or some of the tech companies are going to think of establishing bases in Africa. Now, these people are going to battle with Africans that have also started the same qualifications. Now, that's where I see the battle coming in, an influx of unemployed Americans coming in Africa to seek for jobs, because I mean, and this is somebody that has been working with Microsoft for 10 years. You've just graduated from university. I know you've done artificial intelligence, but somebody who has worked for Microsoft for 5 years and a fresh graduate from whatever institute, who is likely to be, or maybe this person is too qualified. Maybe the only advantage would be about how much money you're willing to pay them, because if you're using
putting the money aspect aside. I mean, we Ugandans, it also comes back, we had just mentioned earlier, skills development. We need to go back and empower ourselves and equip ourselves with the necessary skill.
Okay, there is having the skill, but you have experience in the skill.
But then, at the end of the day, ask yourself, why is this guy that has been working for Microsoft for 5 years, where has he been? You know, where was he fired? But then, with the mere fact that we need, a few things from him, at the end of the day, he would ask for money that is even more than what maybe the boss is getting or something. So we just need to empower our young people.
Yeah, but I think the most...
Because I feel like they have potential, but they lack the push. Yes.
And we already have people that are already in the field that are jobless in the tech space, artificial intelligence. They are not employed because of the perception that probably these people are so overqualified. And I think these are things that we need to deal with
this year
if we are to experience growth. Okay, now away from that still, we maybe just a brief as we wind up, because later on we are going to be playing you a clip. I understand the year 2020 has been quite harsh for some. And
a lot of events have happened, a lot of things have really happened. And by the way, 2024, we do not want ruckus anymore. You know, there's been a lot of noise and a lot of ruckus and for example, I think it should be one of the highlights, the Iron Sheet saga. Yes.
Yeah, that was a display of corruption
and embezzlement.
and seeing that some of the involved parties coming out to say they accept that they took
Then
the iron
what was
sheets.
done?
But the picture is, if you confess that you're going to refund the iron sheets in a country which has laws that operate, you're arrested. You are literally saying, I took the iron sheets.
You have to
Anyway,
be penalized.
It was a huge display of corruption to a highest degree.
And
very devastating.
this is a new year. We need to look at things like this. Such scenarios should not happen again. This is a new year, guys. The money, the government money, how it's spent.
Yeah.
The expenditure, they spend money on a lot of things that are not even, you know, at the end of the day benefiting we the citizens or the government itself. So these reckless expenditures and all that, we need to address these things. This is a new year, we need to see reforms. Reforms
actually,
being made.
Talking about reforms, it brings us to the perspective of fiscal reforms and monetary policy reforms, because we need to see prudent management of government finances and reducing unnecessary spending,
exactly,
which can free up resources for essential services and infrastructure projects. And you see, I also feel like most of our fiscal policies, largely because the aid we get from the International Monetary Fund kind of has a certain degree of control over some of the policies. So I feel one of the key issues we should fight to achieve as a country, because I understand sometimes the government may want to...
We need that aid.
Okay, yes, we need that aid. But we need to fight so hard to stop relying on aid. Because aid is responsible for a number of policies here. Because a donor will definitely have an entire impact. Because take a look at all the countries that get money from the International Monetary Fund. Investigate their fiscal policies. You know, because with the fiscal policy, you get to know what you have with you,
and how you're going to spend it,
how do
the
you spend
expenditure.
And what you spend will have a degree of... That's why the fiscal policy and monetary policy are kind of related, not in being what they are totally different.
Yeah, they
but
are.
Success of one can lead to success of the other, most especially if you allocate funds effectively, and the funds effectively and people are able to get money in the report. You invest where it's necessary, you create jobs, people's incomes increase, purchasing power increases, you increase access to credit. I mean, all that comes out. But the challenge that we are relying so much on foreign aid, it really puts us to...
They play a big role in our, policies. They influence our policies.
The fiscal policies are largely influenced by that. And of course, we also see the aspect of resource allocation. The government should prioritize spending on sectors like agriculture and manufacturing, and to boost productivity and economic growth. And of course, generating revenue and will create jobs at the end of the day. That's what we're talking about. And of course, promoting domestic production, encouraging investment in local industries can reduce dependency on expensive imports, which are not even of the best class, and create more resilient economy.
Okay.
Yeah, that is it. So amazing. But of course, we're going to take a break for now. As we return shortly, we have something in here from a gentleman from the Uganda Tailors Association. And I think when we get back, we shall discuss that matter regarding that. And also the Woolworths report, which has just been released. And of course, with the consumer price indices and inflation as of December 2023. And of course, that the annual inflation as measured by the consumer price index for Uganda for the 12 months to December is registered at 2.6%. Definitely more of these discussions are coming up shortly after this break.